Hello friends, I am C.H. Vatamidani. So today in this small video, I'll try to cover what are the benefits available to MSME on and whole. This includes benefits available in the stimulus package, plus what are the other benefits other than what are not in this package, so which are originally available to the MSMEs. So this entire presentation or this entire video, I will divide into three main parts. Firstly, I will tell you what are the benefits given by the finance minister in the package announced a week back. After that, I'll also discuss what are the additional benefits, what were already there to the MSMEs. And third, also I will discuss what is the criteria or classification to divide a particular organization as a MSME organization and how you will fit into those criteria. So moving ahead to the first part of the presentation, that is the benefits available to MSMEs in a stimulus package. So the finance minister announced various benefits under the COVID-19 relief measures as relief measures to the MSME organizations. So these relief measures includes one of the most important measure, that is automatic collateral-free loan for the MSME organizations. What does it mean? The government or the finance minister has announced a package worth 3 lakh crore wherein the MSMEs would be given automatic loans. So now you would say these automatic loans are available for all the MSMEs? No. These are available only for those MSMEs who had the loan existing as on 29th Feb 2020 up to rupees 25 crore and who had annual turnover up to 100 crores. Only for these MSMEs, this scheme benefit will be applicable. Now, how much is the proportion of this loan? Such MSMEs would get 20% of the outstanding amount as on 29th Feb as the additional loan available to them. And you don't have to give any additional margin or any additional security for such kind of the benefit available to the MSMEs. So the funds will be available to you without giving any further collateral. This term loan would be repaid with a moratorium period of 12 months. So up to 12 months, there won't be any repayment of the principal component, friends, but you have to pay the interest component. And you have a 4-year tenure to repay the entire loan. And these loans are 100% guaranteed by the government. And you don't have to, you can apply for these loans up to 31st October 2020. Further, the government has also given interest rate which are concessional. So for banks, this interest rates are 9.25%, and for NBFCs, these are 14%. So this is a very good benefit available for the MSMEs who had existing loans with the banks or with the NBFCs. So moving ahead to the next benefits, which are, they have also given benefits for the stressed MSMEs. So the loans which are NPAs in the accounts of the banks, the government has announced a package of 20,000 crore for such kind of stressed MSMEs. Again, for the stressed MSMEs, they are going to give subordinate debts. So what does a subordinate debt mean? Subordinate debt means nothing but it is a kind of a promoter's contribution. So for any purposes such as equity, debt ratio calculation, or for any other purposes, this benefit are counted as a promoter's contribution and your ratios also improve on such account. The another benefit is a capital infusion against which the government has given to the MSMEs worth 50,000 crores. Then the fourth important benefit is global tenders. So for global tenders below 200 crores, the international bodies won't be allowed to get involved in such kind of global tenders, and these will be available only for the Indian organizations. So this is also again additional boost for the MSMEs against which they can apply for such tenders, and no other international parties will form a part of this tender. So these are the benefits given in the stimulus package. There are various additional benefits also which were announced by the government, such as reduction in the in the provident fund contribution. Then in certain cases, government is going to provide such contribution. So there are various additional benefits, but these are not specific to MSMEs. They have extended the due dates and various other benefits are there announced by the government. So let's move ahead to the next part, which is the other benefits. So other than the stimulus package announced by the government, there were various benefits which were already available to the MSMEs. So these benefits include collateral-free loans from the banks under the Credit Guarantee Fund scheme. Now, what happened practically is whenever the MSME went to the banks for the purpose of acquiring loans or for the purpose of getting some loans, the bank used to always see their financials, what are your existing ratios, and what kind of security you can offer. But in such cases, MSME cannot provide appropriate security because they are new into the business and they do not have that much security in hand. That is why they're going to the bank to get some funds and run their business in an appropriate manner. So it is very difficult for the MSMEs to get loans from the banks. So that is why the government has developed or has formed a trust, which is called as Credit Guarantee Trust for the MSMEs. So CGT MSE is the short form of such trust. So they give collateral-free loans from you get collateral-free loans, and these are guaranteed by this trust formed for such MSMEs. So that is why even bank has a priority lending for such kind of MSMEs, and you can get loans from the banks even without the collateral. So this is a very important benefit, and many MSMEs have taken the benefit of such kind of feasibility available for the MSMEs. Moving on to the next benefit, which is the interest rate subvention. So interest rate subvention is available to the MSMEs. What does it mean? If normal interest rate for the normal organizations is say 12%, MSME gets the loan as 11%. So from a bank's point of view, 1% is compensated from the government as a benefit towards the MSMEs from the government side. So that is why the MSME is getting the loans eventually at a reduced rate of interest, which helps them to reduce their eventual cost for running their business, and accordingly they can survive their organization. So this is another benefit available for the MSMEs. The third benefits are government on a periodic basis announces various subsidies for the MSMEs, which are promotional in nature, on account of which the industry in such areas will be promoted. So what are the listing of benefits? I will take a separate video for the same. There are various subsidies available for the MSMEs. And the problem is that even the MSMEs or such organizations who are eligible to get such subsidy, just because of lack of awareness, they are not unable to take the advantage of such benefits already available to them. So I'll take a separate video for the same about what are the subsidies available for such kind of organizations. The fourth and the very important protection available to the MSMEs is protection against the delayed payments. Now, what used to happen is if the customer denies your payment up to a certain period. So first of all, you are a small organization, and thereafter, if your payments are getting delayed by your customers, you cannot eventually manage your cash flows on a periodic basis. That is why there is a protection available under the MSME Act, which says that your payment cannot be delayed beyond a period of 45 days. If your payment is delayed by a customer beyond the period of 45 days, you are liable to receive interest at the rate of 3 times the bank interest rate announced by RBI at that point in time. So if your payments are delayed, you're eligible to receive interest from your customers, and that is why this provision gives a protection to the MSMEs for the delayed payments. And please also note, friends, none of the party can make your credit period more than 45 days. If your original credit period itself is 60 days or say 90 days, this is null and void. In spite of whatever credit terms you enter into, if your credit period are extended beyond 45 days, or if your payment is delayed beyond 45 days, you are eligible to receive the interest. The fifth important benefit is concession on the electricity bills. So you need to apply into the respective electricity board in your state, and you would get a concession on the electricity bills if you are providing your MSME certificate to such electricity boards. Moving ahead, there is a 50% concession on the patent registration. So whatever is the registration fees, you are eligible for a 50% subsidy over such registration fees. Further, on the ISO certification charges, you get the entire reimbursement of the certification charges that you have paid for the ISO certification. The next important benefit is market assistance from the government and export promotion. The government also on a periodic basis releases schemes for the export promotions, and which helps to develop your market eventually. For example, one of the benefit which was given by the government is if your 100% exports are, none of the exports are coming back to the country on account of defects, then you get certain benefit or certain subsidy from the government. So it is called as defect-free exports, which are done by the MSME organizations. So in such forms, on a periodic basis, government keeps on announcing these benefits to develop the market or to improve the market position of the MSMEs. And capital and for infrastructure development and technology improvement. So if your MSME is, if the organization is having an old technology and the MSME needs to move to a newer technology, in such cases, the government also subsidizes or government also contributes for the shift to the newer technology, and in such form, the MSME gets the benefit in the fund form. So these are the benefits which are already available to MSMEs. Putting together the benefits announced under the stimulus package and the already available benefits, there are a lot of benefits available to the MSMEs. The only problem is these MSMEs are not registered as MSMEs with the government. Just because you're not registered with the government as MSME organizations and you don't have the certificate, you're denied of all such benefits. So that is why it is very important that you all check whether you are registered as MSMEs, you're liable to be registered as MSMEs, and whether your registration is valid as on date or not. So moving ahead, I'll further discuss how can you be classified as an MSME organization. In the stimulus package, the government also changed the definition of an MSME organization. So why was this change required is, previously, whichever organizations fit into the definition of MSMEs were not growing because if they exceed the limit to be classified as an MSME, they would be denied for all such benefits. That is why this was acting as a hurdle for the growth of such MSMEs. And accordingly, as an incentive, the government also increased the classification thresholds. And the next change that the government has brought in is, previously there was a classification between manufacturing and service-oriented enterprises. In the revised classification, there is no division between manufacturing and service sector, and the limits are for both the sectors put together. It is a single limit for both the sectors. So what is the limit? For micro enterprises, the limit is investment below 1 crore and the turnover below 5 crore. So whichever entities fit into this limits, they can be called as the micro entities. For medium, the investment limit is below 10 crore and turnover should be below 50 crore. Please note, investment and turnover has a and condition. So you cannot say either or. It is and. Both the criteria should be satisfied for you to fit into this definition criteria. And for small entities, your investment should be below 20 crores and turnover should be below 100 crores. So on and whole, to summarize within all the limits, if your investment and turnover is below 20 crore and your turnover is below 100 crores, you are eligible to be registered as an MSME classification. If either of the threshold is exceeding, you are not eligible to be classified as an MSME organization. Further questions which arises, what if I'm a trader? Please note friends, traders are not allowed to be classified as an MSME organizations, and accordingly none of these benefits are applicable to the organizations who are only into trading. The next also question which arises is whether this investment limit is for all assets put together or it is only for a particular assets. This investment limit is only for the investment into the assets which are directly used for the manufacturing purposes or rendering the services. So assets which are not directly used, for example, furniture or say cars, motor vehicles, such kind of assets are not to be included in the limit for determining whether it is fitting into the threshold or not. So these are all the available classification criteria, and we also discussed whatever are the benefits available to the MSMEs. So there are a huge lot of benefits, and if you have any kind of doubts regarding your registration process, regarding your eligibility criteria, questions, you can at any point in time post your comments in the comment section, post your questions in the comment section, or you can also revert me by way of an email. So I will reply to your queries by way of an email, or you can WhatsApp me your queries and I'll resolve your issue. So thank you so much, friends. Thank you for having patient listening over the entire video, and thank you so much.